What's up? I have no proper pants on. See? To all my beautiful friends out there, how are you? It's been like a week, honestly. It's been like a week. Yes, I got a haircut. Hi. Yes. Yes. Yeah, I'm sure, I don't know. Oh, okay, that light just died, so we're just gonna go without it. One sec. Hey, look at that. Look at that, and we're back. Peace and blessings from the divine upon you, my friend. It's been a minute. It's been a little minute. I'm trying to look here instead of here. If I look here, that's where I am. If I look here, that's where you are. Hi there. So I'm sure that you've already been seeing on the internet Can I say what I want to say? I can say what I want to say. Kendrick destroyed Drake, okay? That is basically what happened. And unless you've been living under a rock, in which case I'm coming to get you, hi, don't live under here, okay? There's bugs and stuff. Unless you've been living under a rock, you know about the Super Bowl, and you know about Kendrick performing at the Super Bowl. First of all, why does this matter to me? Because if you watched my last video, you would know why that mattered to me. So pause this video and go watch my last video. I'll wait. Did you do it? Fantastic. I love you. Thank you. Now you understand why it's important to me. So when I talk about things like this, it won't be, you'll understand. I don't know if you're like me, but I have been waiting for this Super Bowl halftime show for the longest time. Like, I don't know how to describe that, but literally from the time that it was announced, where you remember the commercial? Everybody remembers the commercial. Where Kendrick was, pushing out he was out at practice, he said, join me during the halftime show. Listen, we all were lit for it. Don't pretend like you wasn't lit for it. You know what I'm saying? Okay, this is very squeaky. But no, we all saw it. We all remember it. We all remember that commercial. And from that time, honestly, I've been so lit for it. I can't even lie. It's even brought me back to times where I've had beef in the music industry myself, and even in more recent times as well. We're not gonna pinpoint that. You know who you are. But I digress. This beef has this beef has been the largest beef since the Pac and Biggie beef. Do you understand me? We have not seen the likes of it. Hip hop has not seen the likes of any kind of rivalry like this, any kind of beef like this since Biggie and Pac. So, obviously, this Super Bowl performance is gonna, carry weight, and people obviously watched. And if you were like me, you were glued. And I just wanted to share some things that I thought about it, the performance. So yeah, let's get into it. All right, my friends. Yeah. First things first. One of the things that caught my eye first was Samuel L. Jackson playing Uncle Sam. First, when I saw him come out, I already knew. I already knew what it was. I knew what we were representing. I already knew what the symbolism. I already understood what we were getting at. And I hope that y'all did too, but I know that there were a lot of people who did not. And I know that there were a lot of Sorry, I'm getting over a cold. There were a lot of people who saw it differently, who saw it as a bastardization, if you will, of the American flag and American people. I think it's hilarious. I think it's hilarious because no. For starters, I think that the representation of having Uncle Sam, being represented by Samuel L. Jackson, Uncle Sam, obviously, I know that went over a lot of people's heads. Stay with me though. And even having Trump there, it all was, he was able to make a prime example. Kendrick was able to make a prime microcosm for the American people and the Black consciousness in American society as a whole today. That's first and foremost, okay? I want to talk as well about the black car. I think that this one as well went over a lot of people's heads. And first of all, I do want to say that this is just my interpretation. So what I interpret it to be does not necessarily mean that it is right. I don't know if you know, but I'm not Kendrick Lamar. I'm just telling you speculation. You feel me? Speculation. That's all. So I'm not saying that it's right. I'm only telling you in my mind how I see it. You feel me? All right. Now that we got that out the way. I think personally, the black car was another one that a lot of people kind of like glanced over a little bit. First and foremost, what was that black car? Hold on. I need to look this up really quick. Black car. So it was a GNX. Kind of the type of car doesn't really matter. To my theory, right? To my theory, it was a nice looking car. I think the meaning being behind it that what do we strive for as a people in poverty? What do we strive for? What do we strive for? What do you most commonly see? Now, what do people in our culture normally strive for when we get a little bit of money? What is a normal thing? And I'm not trying to be on no funny stuff, no facetious stuff, but I think that it symbolizes that get quick rich type scheme, get you a little bit of money, get you a nice car type thing that we got in the hood mindset, if you will. And I think that that's something that we get, we strive for. True, today, we got my car washed, made me feel good. Made me feel good, get my truck washed. Oh yeah. And so that was one that really kind of like, I think snuck past a lot of people. But was pretty interesting to me to kind of make that connection a little bit. And going along the lines of the car situation, if you notice, people were getting out of the car one by one, if you notice, one by one. And then they started squabbling up. They started fighting. They started, doing their thing. And then obviously it did lead on and it beautifully transitioned into Squabble Up. So that really was a memorable piece from that. I wish that I could have been there. That is the one thing is like, I wish that I could have been at the Super Bowl because having been there, I definitely feel like we maybe wouldn't have had so much bypassed. Like we might have been able to see a lot more of the symbolism. So also, did y'all notice? Well, of course you noticed, I'm sure. Kendrick standing in between the flag as the people were lined up in rows of flag, or in rows to create the flag rather. The flag was divided. The flag was divided, and I think that speaks volumes, man. That speaks volumes because we are a country that likes to pretend that we are so unified. Just as simply as those folks lining up in rows, but we're not. We're not. We are so divided and down to a Super Bowl performance, down to a halftime show. You got people saying it's a bastardization when you can't, satire goes over so many people's heads nowadays. It's so unfortunate. Please don't be like that. Please do not be like that. Please do not have your head shoved so far up places that it doesn't need to be, that you can't understand symbolism. You know what I'm saying? With love. And I say that with love. Get your head out of here. Ooh, going along the lines of the American flag. Did you notice how they started like stepping down from the risers, and it almost gave the appearance of pumping out, or the cogs in the machine, if you will, pumping out people. I mean, that's essentially what the American educational system does for the most part, is just copying out. I can't speak today. I don't know what it is. I can't speak. Just popping out cogs for the machine, you know? And I think that again, it went over so many people's heads because people don't like to, I'm not going to do too much, but people don't like to think beyond themselves. And that's okay. That's okay. But do your best. Do your best. I don't know. It only helps us. It only helps us. Something that was so big to me as well was after they did this segment of kind of like the cogs pumping out of the machine, if you will. They started, pew-pewing, right? Fake pew-pew, right? And I think that this one really like hit home for me in the semblance of, another shooting divides us again. You know what I'm saying? For all of us. This hits home for all of us. So you bleed like I bleed. You're my neighbor. You may not be my neighbor, but you're in the same country as I am. At bare minimum. We spend so much time finding reasons to divide ourselves that we don't see when we being played with. You know what I mean? But that's for another video. We ain't got to get deep into that here right now, okay? We don't. Basically, oh yeah, and that too. There was a Squid Games reference. I don't know if y'all saw that. What looked like to me a Squid Games reference. So listen. Cogs in the machines. Please do not just see that as a Squid Games reference. Think about that for yourself. Deeper. Okay? For one, I think if you're an artist like myself, I'm gonna be taking into consideration and planning to incorporate more symbolism into my own works. And I encourage you to do the same. In whatever you do. If you basket weave for a living, weave that basket into something beautiful. Do you understand me? If you clean for a living, clean the best that you've ever cleaned it. Do you understand me? Do your best. Do not allow groups to divide you. To stop allowing people to divide us from the common goal. Start loving your neighbor. Start loving your fellow man. You know, put some unity. You know, let's start unifying, y'all. Yeah. All right. With that being said, beautiful people, that concludes another video. Oh, before I go, very excitingly, we have a whole new era of The Greatest Family Music and Alex the Greatest in the works, in being put into motion, and there will be a video coming up about that very soon. I'm very excited to get in that with y'all. So definitely stay tuned. If you have not already hit that like button, if you have not already hit that subscribe button, if you have not already hit that notification button, stay up, stay blessed, stay positive. Peace and blessings from the one and only. I love y'all. Have a great rest of your night.